And we're back with the Dr. Z show. What's up?
Hi, I am back in black.
Are you though? Like,
Yes,
you wear significantly less black than I do, I feel like.
I used to wear a lot more black, and then I was attacked by shirts.
What?
I just started getting a lot of clothing from people that was not black. Previously it was like my wardrobe was half of my shirts were dark colors, and then the other half of my shirts were different light colors. But now it's like I have three dark shirts and the rest are light colors, and it's very confusing.
Okay, I'm sorry that you're confused by these seemingly simple things. So, for those of you that actually watch this instead of just listen to us talk at each other, um, we know the Minecraft thing has been done to death, but when Jacob gets a computer that is not a hot pile of garbage, it will be something that we can do together.
Oh, um, I, I mean, you're not wrong. The issue is I don't have a computer at all right now, so I mean, at the moment,
Well, when
I
you get one,
technically
it shouldn't be a hot pile of garbage. So, so
yes,
what I said was not incorrect.
yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot they do that now. I haven't played Minecraft on the computer though, honestly, in so long because I've been playing it on the PlayStation and before that on the Xbox 360 with my girlfriend because she loves Minecraft like a lot,
Hmm.
and it's us to be able to do something together.
You having the cursor select over the materials be a pentagon is very disturbing to me.
It's a pentagram.
What?
Why is it disturbing that it's a pentagon?
I don't know. It just is.
Okay,
It
well,
makes me feel
anyway,
uncomfortable because
we're not
everything in
here
Minecraft is
to talk
like
about
everything
Minecraft.
squares, and then suddenly you have
Oh,
an
and then it's
object
a
that is not
pentagon.
a. Yeah, it's just
Does it
it's
bother
very.
you that the inventory squares are all like slightly different directions?
That's acceptable because they're still squares.
Well, we're not here to talk about Minecraft. It's just something I'm doing in the background because I need something to do in the background
Um,
other than be
on an
sick.
unrelated note, because I'm
Everything's when we're doing the show, you know
we all float down here. Um,
that. Five points
unrelated.
to anyone that can get that reference.
You know what the best part is? I've never read that book or seen either of the movies.
Wow. Okay. Some X-Men 2 shit up in here.
I just have my ear close to the ground, or my finger on the pulse of the community, as they say. Um, no, I'm looking at I have a Kindle Fire, and I'm looking at the apps
Is it
for
fire?
it's not. It is not straight fire, nor is it lit. Um, I was looking at apps for coding things, and all of them have like, well, most of them have a 5-star rating by one or two people. So I can't trust them. The other part of it is there's a few that either have no ratings or that have like very poor ratings, but I think it's also from like one or two people. And
Well,
so
what was it? I want to say, yeah, it was an XKCD, which is a great webcomic. Look it up on xkcd.com. Not sponsored. But there was an XKCD where it was talking about like the trouble with app rating systems or whatever, and he was looking at like a tornado warning app, and it had like there were three reviews that all said 5 stars, And then there was one review that said like 2 stars, and it was like did not warn about the tornado. And I remember reading that and being like, he's not wrong. Like everybody, like you either have like a really good experience or like a really terrible experience. And I found the same thing similarly is true with like Bethesda games, because people always complain about like how buggy Bethesda games are, and I've like never run into like a glaring issue that's like ruined the game for me. Wait, that's not how you make a ladder.
Wait. Yeah, you need sticks.
Is it all sticks?
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It is all
Anyway,
sticks.
we're not here to talk about Minecraft, and we're not here to talk about any of the other things we've mentioned thus far. What are we here to talk about, Jacob?
Last thing before we actually talk, because I hate you.
Clearly.
What was I anything that we mention in the podcast is not sponsored by anyone other than just our own opinion and our thoughts of your well-being as a human. And enjoying.
Is that something we have to mention? Considering our audience as of recording this podcast is like 20 people, all of whom we know.
No, I think it's mostly just for like future reference so that people don't ask questions, because I've made the joke of us being sponsored and then you just kind of made the comment that like, go check it out, we're not sponsored. And I figured it would be good to officially make a statement like that.
True, because like if we ever become rich and famous Minecraft YouTubers or something like or something like when we have the legion of fans that will pick through everything we've ever said forever.
Yeah.
One of them is gonna be like, "Hey, wait! In episode 5, you mentioned that you weren't sponsored. Now you're sponsored," or something. Clearly, all of our fans will sound like that.
Yeah. Also, on another unrelated note, because the man of 1,000 tangents, I think the true way to gauge whether or not a YouTube video has been successful is if it has roughly 1.3k dislikes.
I swear you pulled that number out of your ass. Like, why 1.3k?
Because that's just what happens on videos with a lot of views. It's like around that number for some reason.
Okay.
Okay, but to answer your real question that you asked me before I went on tangent.
Twice now.
We're here to talk about Super Smash Brothers.
I mean, because who isn't talking about Super Smash Brothers right now? Clearly us for the past 10 minutes, but other than that.
Yeah.
So, Jacob's favorite character, as everyone knows, is Samus. How are you liking Samus?
Seamus is great. He's the male variant of Samus. No, just kidding. Samus is amazing. So first impressions, forward smash is really weak. But apparently, I watched a video that was the top people with their like the strongest forward smashes. And right. She was on that list as like number 27 or something. But I think and that was all based off of a fully charged forward smash for all of those characters. And I believe her forward smash has a sweet spot right. near the end of it. And so like getting the spacing on that right just doesn't feel great. Key. Yeah, it's a lot easier to land like a back air or her charge shot or to like spike someone off stage. Apparently her back throw is now a kill option as well. Like,
yeah, I did see that in the video that you sent me. That was like the pre-release like analysis.
Mm-hmm.
And that was those kind of videos are like really impressive because like he's analyzing all of that through like footage that they talked about in like the Nintendo Treehouse and through footage that like he's found online that's like
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And
Yeah,
you're analyzing all of that and you're making all these like accurate, you know, predictions or theories or whatever. Like
yeah,
you're making all these accurate comments about like what this character is going to look like before the game's even released. It's
yeah.
getting dark.
He compared a lot of that stuff to him playing Smash 4, which was really good. Um,
Right.
so the one thing that I saw in that video that I am very excited about, that I think will finally kind of open up some like mix up options, is the bombs now detonate. They're now like proximity. They
Oh,
detonate on proximity.
the contact versus proximity bombs.
Yeah, and then if someone's shielding, it will like it will wait and it'll wait to explode, so it won't just like waste the bomb on their shield,
Right.
which I thought was very interesting. So I think that's gonna be one thing, is like she won't be. I mean, people with a ranged charge are often kind of spammy. Um, I don't know, like Snake, Young
Snack.
Link, like Snack, all these people with uh, all these like items that they can generate as a character. But I
Right.
think it's gonna open up a lot of play for her that she didn't have before, and I'm excited for that because she was just super low tier
I
before
mean, and
this.
she's been that way kind of for a while, right? Hasn't she?
Yeah, she's been low tier since Brawl basically.
That's really unfortunate.
And Melee, she was like technically low tier as well, but I mean that's if you're judging things off of the insanity of competitive Melee.
Or of competitive Smash in general. And this is like this is going to become like a personal point for me, I'm sure. Is like I feel like of all the fighting games to have like a competitive scene and to be competitive, Smash like should not be one of them, honestly. Like, and I mean, you know, who am I to
Mm.
say like, you know, this is the way that things should be? But like, but Smash is like it's a party fighting game. Like it's a party game, sort of like through and through. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it's not meant to. I don't know, and you know, I don't know. This is just me like making all these like wild assumptions, but like I don't think it was ever meant to have a competitive scene. Like clearly there are characters that are like stronger than other characters. Like I mean, it's like anything. Like everything's like, you know, sort of got its own like little balance of, you know, this character's stronger than this character for this reason, you know, so on and so forth. But like people that play Smash competitively, and if you play Smash competitively, like don't get me wrong, like but you're a dick. Like everyone I've ever met that has played Smash competitively has been a like grade A asshole.
mm.
Like, and that's just I don't know. Like, you know, I'm sure there are people out there that are great people when they're not playing Smash. This is so incredibly boring. Um, but everyone I've ever met that's been in the competitive scene has like been kind of a dick about it. I don't
You
know.
mean
Like, what's your experience like?
my experience, like I think so. I met Esam at SmashCon in Virginia a couple years back, and like took a picture with him,
Mm.
and like he seemed like a decent enough person. Um, but I know what you mean. I think there's I
Yeah, here's like the
I
difference though. Is he's like that's like kind of for lack of a better term, like his job. Like he plays Smash competitively and like goes to these events. I'm talking about like the everyday like kind of like, you know, whatever like just sort of like random person that like plays Smash. Like they go to like their amateur tournaments or whatever, and they play it like only like competitively, and they only have one character that they play. Like especially in Ultimate, like there are like 60 motherfuckers on the roster with 5 or 6 more slated to come out. Like there's a lot of people, and if you're like gonna narrow your horizons down to playing one person, like what? Like get with the program, dude.
I agree with you on that front because I think there's definitely a type of gamer, and this isn't only in Smash, but I think
No, yeah, for sure.
you see them, you see that it's the people who play like ranked Dragon Ball Fighter Z who disconnect in the middle of matches and then like
Oh
message
yeah.
people and they're like, oh, you're a spammer, like, it's those kind of people who basically view the game as being limited to like this very narrow definition of like chivalry that is basically like if someone does something that gives the other player an advantage over them, it makes the other player inherently bad at the game, which
Right,
like
right. We saw that a
makes
lot when we used to
zero sense.
play League together. We saw that all
Mm-hmm.
the time.
Yeah, and we felt it sometimes as well, but it
I
was more
mean,
like
yeah, like I'm not
when
gonna
you
like
feel
white knight
powerless
myself
against
and
the
say that I'm like better than those people
uh,
because I've definitely been that person. But like that part and parcel is like a lot of the reason I stopped playing Smash or not stop playing Smash, stop playing League. Like because I just didn't want to like I didn't want to spend like 45 minutes to an hour in a match and then like lose the match or whatever and then like be angry afterwards.
yeah.
And like that was my fault. And yeah, you can say all day like, oh, like you being angry about that is your choice. Like, and yeah, sure it was, but like that was just the way I felt about it. And instead of like mentally like training myself to like be less angry, I just took that thing that was making me angry like out of the equation altogether.
Yeah.
Like I was like I don't need this. Like what am I getting out of doing this? Like nothing. So
Um,
just my two
on
cents.
that note as well, I think the people who are the people who make competitive gaming enjoyable are the people who take responsibility for their part in everything, in how the game went, and who are also, I think, the people who are the happiest in that sense are the people who are able to congratulate other players for a job well done.
Yeah,
Like
like
for
I mean
like, wow, that
sportsmanship
was sick.
period.
Like
Like
that was real cool.
yeah, and I mean
I'm
that's like sportsmanship period. Like you did better than me, therefore like you are the better player because like you defeated me in this game or whatever. Like and that is so rare that it's become almost like kind of an internet meme. Like like oh, like what makes gamers angry? Like oh, lag or like why? Like I think I saw like a pie chart or something. It was like why I died, and like it said like as a joke one of the colors like wasn't on the chart at all, but it was like oh clearly like the other player was better. And I like yeah like I chuckled at it and then I thought about it for a second and I was like holy shit like that's terrifying to me. Like you can't accept that this other player like clearly like got the drop on you or like has like or is more skilled than you or whatever. Like you can't like not people that like can't accept these like kind of mundane details, especially about like video games, like need to not play video games, honestly. Like
Yeah. I
oh
was
damn.
surprised you didn't. I was surprised you didn't run into. Oh, okay. I was about to say like you didn't run into any enemies like all night, and
Yeah, I
then
went over there to get that coal. Well, that's why I put the torch out, is because they can't spawn within a certain like area of
of
light.
light.
These I hate these things. It's the worst when it's raining and they like get struck by lightning.
Oh, gross. The like weird rib cage uncomfortable.
Yeah, the rib cage is just like an uncomfortable part of your body. There's a
Also,
spider over
your base, I don't know why, it gives me the most like Mega Bloks Dragons-esque feel.
there. I started doing this actually on my first ever PlayStation World that I created. I was like, yeah, I make a lot of like hole in the wall, like underground bases, but like what if I made a treehouse? And like you'll see as this goes on, like what
And
it's
they
going to
can't
become.
spawn, so like you're covered. Like they can't spawn on top, and then spiders would be the only thing that could climb in.
Well, yeah, but you'll see what I do is once I get, my life together and get some cacti. Oh shit, I
Oh,
hate these things.
shoot.
Once I get some cacti, I like sort of create
Ooh,
this kind of like moat area that is full of cactuses, and so like I'll like have like this will be water here, and then there'll be like a cactus every other block, and so enemies like will see me, like and the walls will be glass, but enemies will like see me, and they'll try to come in, and they'll just hurt themselves on the cactus, so I can go out there and pick up their items
that's awesome.
and their experience.
Monster drops. That's smart. Other things on Smash I
Yeah,
haven't
let's
tried
like
it
get
yet,
back to.
but it looks very good. Is
Ah,
Squad Strike.
I've
You know,
not
you
played that
brought up
yet. I've been playing a lot of classic to try to unlock all the characters.
you brought up the people who like only play one character. Squad Strike is you're not limited. Like it doesn't say anywhere that you have to use different characters when you pick your characters for squad. Like it, I think you can, and I'd have to check on this, but like I think you might be able to just pick the same character multiple times. But
What is Squad Strike? Before we get too far
basically,
into this.
have you ever played a like Marvel versus Capcom?
Yeah,
It's like that. Like you pick three characters, well, 3 or 5 characters, and then
and it's like a
you
tag
fight
team.
with them. Yeah, except for the tag team only happens when you die. So like you
Oh, okay.
can't just like switch out willy nilly like nothing matters.
You run in like nothing matters, throwing your life away. Stop nervously and assess the situation.
um, so it looks really good. It looks like a competitive mode that I'd be really interested in seeing more people play because a
Oh, like
lot
as a like have it implemented as a competitive format, as opposed to what is it, 3 stock, 4 minutes, like no items or something. I don't know what the standard like competitive like how it gets set up. I know it's no items and
hello.
I know it's stock based. I think we lost Jacob. Jacob, are you there?
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
I'm back. Um,
Yeah,
I saw some
what is the
videos.
standard like tournament, like I know it's based on stock and no items.
So each character has one stock,
Oh wow. Okay.
and it's three. They pick 3 characters. So
Oh
and
no
you
no
can
no
set it
no
where
no.
like
Not Squad Strike, but I mean the standard tournament fare now. Like what is like how does it
I think it's 6 minutes. It might be like 6 minutes, 3 stocks. I
and
think
no
is what it is.
items. And like
Yeah, no,
Final Destination or Battlefield, right?
yeah, or like town and city, or like other ones where there aren't stage hazards and the
Okay.
stage isn't a weird shape.
Okay. Yeah, and to me like you're taking all it feels to me like you're taking all the fun out of Smash, like to do that. Like part of the fun to me of the like if I want to play a fight like a standard fighting game, like I'll fire up like Soul Calibur or Street Fighter or something like, and I'll play that. Like I want to play a game with like these weird as shit items and like the stage moves, and you like have to pay attention to things other than the other character that you're fighting. Like
Mm-hmm.
that like is Smash. Like is part of the game, and like I don't want to play like Final Destination, 3 stock, like no item. What's the fun in that? Like no items, really? Come on, none.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
got so
This is
used
just me
to,
like being bitter about it, I guess.
I got really used to playing with no items. So it's like when I do play with items, I'm reminded. Sometimes I'm like, oh, items are fun, but then other times I'm like, wow, basically if in a let's say like in a game where everyone's of like roughly equal skill, like whoever gets the items wins to a degree. Like, and that's not guaranteed. Like, but to a degree,
I do sort of see where you're going with that, and I only partially agree.
it
Like,
definitely depends on the items that spawn. But
true, 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 true. Um, but yeah, like I see where you're sort of going. Where are there no sheep anywhere, really? I need some wool. I do see where you're going with that. Like, if a smash ball like happens to spawn near you, like, you know, and you're able to get it, faster than anyone else, like, you clearly have the advantage for that sort of like to get it, and then to get basically a kill, provided you can land the thing.
yeah,
But I think the other part of that is like you have to know how to use the specific items as well. Like it is very easy for you to just whiff an entire smash. Just to just whiff a whole smash ball. Like you get it, great, but like you have to land it.
yeah. A lot of the smashes now are very linear, like just kind of straight across the stage.
Which
Not
I
all
think
of them.
made them more fair.
Yeah,
Because have you seen Sonic's new Final Smash?
yeah,
Yeah, because before he turned into Hypersonic and just like he wrecked your shit. Like it was over. Like if he got his Final Smash, like he could easily kill you 2 or 3
twice.
times. And yeah, and
Now I'll show you.
for sure one time. Like, but it could get to the point where he's got you 2 or 3 times, and you like there's nothing you could do about it.
But if you were Pikachu, your smash was useless
Oh
because it was
yeah, I remember that.
completely random and it didn't do a lot of damage. And like the only way you could make it do slightly more damage was to spark it like at
Oh,
certain
there.
times, and like it was just bad. Um,
Or if you were
if
like DK, his old Final Smash was garbage, and now his new one is like horrifically brutal. He's this massive gorilla that just like beats the shit out of you. I saw him use it, and I was like, oh god, I like have nightmares about that later. Like his massive fists that are bigger than some of the other characters in the game. Like,
I think I'm kind of sad that the Star Fox characters that they don't have the Landstar anymore
the
because
Landmaster,
yeah, the Landmaster.
it
But
was
dang,
it was
it's
really
so good.
good on like Final Destination, where there was like nothing that could be in your way to
Yep.
land across the whole stage. But in even like on Battlefield, it could get stuck on the platforms.
Yeah,
Like,
you
and
would
then you
have
were
to go
screwed.
around. The best thing to do was you just sit there and you roll until you kill everyone once, and then when they respawn, you take them to the top of the stage, and then they die a second
You're a monster.
time. I just like making use of the things that I have.
Tools in your arsenal.
Yep, for destruction.
So, hold on. Let's go a little bit of a step further with that. So Jacob, if you've ever played a game with him, you know he's like the best and worst person to play a game with in general. Because he's the best to play a game with because it's always something new. He's the worst to play a game with because it's
It's
always
always
something
something.
new. Like, you are the agent of chaos in any game ever. Magic the Gathering, Like, even Minecraft, you used to do the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
So,
The first house I ever built in Minecraft was like a glass
made of
castle.
glass.
Yeah.
So, so let me like
I
sort
tried
of
to build a glass castle underwater too. It
yeah,
was
that
very
didn't work out very
hard.
well, did
It
it?
didn't work out very well.
So, so why don't you play Smash like that? I think that you should pick like Olimar or like Ice Climbers or like a weird character and just like be a monster like you are in other games.
See, I used to, and then I realized that like
That you were being a monster.
no, I realized that Samus was
You're
had
weak.
fallen into that category. And it was like, and now it's almost like it is being like off meta to be Samus because no one
Oh,
wants.
because she's like considered less good or whatever.
So
Okay, I can sort of see that. I can get on board with that.
in Brawl, I did that a lot. I learned a lot of different characters. In Smash 4, I didn't do it quite as much. Partly because I just didn't own the game. And so I didn't like now I do, but
You didn't
like
have that
when
experience
yeah, when it first came out, like I didn't have it to really
practice.
check stuff like that out. And all like I don't know, Olimar has just never really been my style.
Yeah, he's weird. I played him in classic mode because I'm like 3 characters shy of beating classic mode with all the characters. Um, he's very bizarre. Like
Yeah.
to use the Pikmin effectively and to like have them ready for your specific attacks is very like to me is very finicky. It's sort of like you're trying to pay attention to too much at once. And like it's very easy to get lost in what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm
Also,
boring. I like the standard characters a lot. Like I'm I was hyped they brought back Young Link. Like he's my man's and I don't like New Link. I gotta say. I do not like New Link.
ooh, he's so good.
His he is so good, but his Breath of the Wild bombs are not my style. Like if
Yeah,
I got a
yeah.
bomb, like I want to throw it at somebody and I want it to explode when it hits them. Like it's a bomb. Like I don't want to like have to babysit the thing. You
Oh
know what I
man,
mean? Like
there's there's so many like so I have a friend out here who he loves Breath of the Wild a lot and he as soon as like and he loves Smash and so he had already started working on some like advanced techniques with those bombs where he'll like throw one to the edge of the stage and the enemy will come at him because they're like, oh okay, like the bomb's over there, and he'll hit them and then he'll explode the bomb and it will knock them back towards him and then he'll hit them again.
that's really smart, but horrible.
Yeah.
Or really
Yeah.
smart. Like see, and
Uh,
it's stuff like you would like arguably you could do that in a tournament, but like you wouldn't. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And it's stuff like that that makes Smash the game it is for me. I don't know. I love Young Link. I'm really liking Simon and Ridley as the newcomers. Like I started playing Ridley and I was just like new character now. Like he's so fast. Like I can't get over how fast he is as a heavy character. Like I'm so used to the heavy characters being like Ganondorf or like Bowser, where they're like lumbering around the stage, like this, like at the most agonizingly slow pace possible.
Yeah.
But I mean, like going back to like melee, like I'm gonna get like a melee to me, like personally, of course, was the weakest entry. I did not like melee. Like I liked it when it was out and it was like the new hotness, but like I just I don't have the like sort of obsessive love for it. Like oh Melee like is the only Smash, like you can't play anything but Melee, like, and I'm like I really liked Brawl, like
I like.
and Smash 4 was great because I got it on 3DS and you could take it anywhere. But I don't know, Melee wasn't my cup of tea.
I think people's like the obsession with it is that mechanically it's better than Brawl, but
Oh,
I
true.
like
No, I'll admit that for sure.
um but I think so far Smash Ultimate is the because people have kind of lumped things together. You know, Brawl is really clunky because it has the random tripping. Um, Melee is just like fast and kind of brutal. Smash 4 is like more defensive and like a little more. It leans a little bit more towards like the whole combos and everything. And then I so far from what I've seen of reviews of Smash Ultimate, they've said that it's a little it seems like it's a good mix in between
All of it
Smash
together.
4 and Melee, and that it has a good it's got like good pace, and then they also tried really hard to balance all the characters.
Yeah, that's true. And and now like the ability to update and patch things, like which is done very rarely, I'll say, and was done very rarely with Smash 4. Like it gives them that opportunity to see, you know, oh wait, this character is like too overpowered. Like hold on, like let's nerf this by like the tiniest amount possible, kind of.
Yeah,
I don't know how long have we been at this though. I'm the
forever.
worst. Jeez, oh man, almost 40 minutes. We need to cut. People aren't gonna want to listen to us talk for that long. Yikes.
Yeah, the
We
same.
spent surprisingly little time talking about Smash.
We talked around it.
True. All
Smashing.
right. Yeah, no, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the Nigel Thornberry memes to start reappearing, to resurface. Anyway, we will be back on the Dr. Z show next time talking about who knows what. Maybe Smash again, maybe not. But we will see you next time.
Or never.
I'm in, or never.